So anybody who's followed my channel for any period of time knows that two of the things that I'm really into are music and technology. After all, I've built a ammo can speaker that's built on a Raspberry Pi with a portable power pack, and I've also built a touchscreen jukebox out of a Raspberry Pi. So music and technology for me kind of go hand in hand. So when I was given the opportunity to take a look at a Bluetooth portable speaker, that combined both of those things. So I wanted to jump on the opportunity. So I went to the company's website, Monster, and immediately something jumped out at me. I immediately recognized that logo. I hadn't seen that logo in decades, but that logo was etched into my brain from back in the 1980s when guys I hung out with drove cars that looked like this, but had stereos in the dash that looked like this, and monster speakers, pun intended, in the trunk that looked like this, all of which were connected by monster cables. Monster cables was the de facto cable that everybody had to have because they were the highest quality and probably most expensive cables you could buy, but they sounded the best. On the other hand, I was dirt poor and I got all my cables from Radio Shack, and so I didn't quite have the sound quality everybody else had, but I knew that name and I knew that logo like the back of my hand. So having already been shipped the product before I even realized that it was coming from, the original Monster, I checked the mail every day waiting for the package to show up, and this is what showed up in the mail. This box was huge. I totally did not expect it to be this big. I expected it to be, a box that would contain a speaker the size of like, a 12-ounce can or something, but this thing is huge. All right, get this open here. Being careful not to cut too deep into the box. All right. I see that golden logo in there. All right, let me zoom in here a little bit. So as you can see on the box, it is IPX7 waterproof. It has an internal dynamic EQ and it's Bluetooth 5.0, which is really nice. So although it doesn't say it in really big letters on the box, except down here in this on this little sticker, this is a 60-watt speaker. Let me zoom in here so you can actually get a look at this. So I don't know if this is maybe a pre-production box or what, but with the information that's on this label, if I were marketing this, I would have 60 watts on the box, printed on the box, as well as the whole beach, party, gym, etc., because it is waterproof. That's kind of stuff that I would want to include on the box. But to give you an idea how big this thing is, 17 inches across. So this thing's going to be huge. All right, so just to let you know, I have already opened the box to verify the contents, but I put it all back together so you can see what it looks like when you get yours. So cut the little tape on the sides here, pull out this little tab and open the top. So inside you've got two small boxes. That one on the right here contains all of your cables. Let's get that out of the way. Then the one here on the right, as you can see in the little picture on it, has a microphone. I don't know that I'll use that, but we'll see. So inside you've got a instruction, or this is the warranty manual, a warranty guide, and then down stuck inside you got the user guide. I can't get to. Let's get that out of there. All right, there we go. Come on. There we go. So that's the user's guide. Let's get this out of the way. All right, so here is the speaker, and yes, it is quite heavy. The guide says that it weighs about 7 pounds, and you can see it's got some heft to it. Here on the top, you've got your power button, your Bluetooth connect. You've got your volume down, volume up, and play pause. Here on the side, got that great looking Monster logo in gold. Same thing on the other side. Bottom's nice and flat, so it won't roll around. And then here you've got a port that you get to your all your connections. You've got let me zoom in here a little bit. You've got your USB-C charging cable connection here, a 3.5 millimeter port there. You've got the microphone jack for the included microphone. You've got a USB port for USB flash drive and an SD card slot, and then your standard information. So I have some audio samples here to try and show the quality of the audio. So the audio on these clips is unedited, and so you can hear a background hum, computer fans and things like that in the background. I tried to do a noise reduction, but that actually affected the audio quality quite a bit, and I didn't want to give a false impression of poor audio quality because after listening to this thing, the audio is really good. The bass response could use a little bit more, oomph to it, but as you'll see here, a few different styles, but you'll get kind of a round idea of what the speaker sounds like, hopefully.
Discovering your device is connected.
So all in all, I'd say this is a really good speaker. It's big, it's heavy, so it's not something you're just going to carry around. If you're going to toss in your little backpack or whatever. It's not like this, like I said, the size of a 12-ounce can, like some of the Bluetooth speakers that I've seen. The quality, the sound quality is really good. The build quality, it's heavy, heavy duty. The only thing I would like to have seen would be you can see here it has this shoulder strap that you can use to carry it to the beach or whatever on picnic, that kind of thing. I would have liked to have had a little bit thicker padding because the thing is heavy, and if you've got to walk a long way from, say, your car to your little sandy spot on the beach, it may get a little heavy on your shoulder. The other thing that I would have liked to have seen is a user accessible battery pack. This thing has a rated at a 24-hour playback time, which means it's got to have a fairly large battery pack. And the batteries are probably lithium ion 18650 cells, which are readily available pretty much anywhere. I would have liked to have been able to see that you could replace those because, in my experience, a lot of these battery powered units and tools and things like that, you get a year or two out of the batteries. At least that's been my luck, which is one of the reasons why I avoid cordless tools and things like that for the most part, because you end up throwing away battery packs and having to buy new ones. Um, so that would have been something that I would have liked to have seen, but overall, this thing's really, really nice. It sounds great, it looks great, and I definitely give this thing a thumbs up, and would recommend that you pick this up. mean, don't get me wrong, this thing is expensive. Retail price on it right now is running about $220. But if you spend a lot of time outside and you like music like I do, this unit's gonna serve you well. And the Monster name to me has always meant quality. It always has. It all probably always will. So I can't, to me, Monster is as good a quality brand as JBL's, Sony, any of the big name brands, and it's just ingrained in my brain from my misspent youth with car audio. But again, I give this thing a thumbs up, and I'm looking forward to taking it out camping and stuff.